And hello everyone, and welcome to the Saguaro 155 here at Phoenix for the iSNF Cup Series. This is round 4, and I'm joined once again by Tony Trapasso in the booth. Hello, Tony.
What's going on, Jason? Welcome to the D-shaped demon of the desert.
Thank you very much. We've got a very cool track for Arizona, I think it's fair to say.
Yeah, it's very unseasonably cool in the greater Phoenix Metroplex tonight. For those of you using old school methods, it's 69 degree Fahrenheit ambient air temperature, which is parka weather here for Phoenix. As the track temperature is only 74 degrees. Now, on any other track,
Ooh.
that would be considered.
Whoa!
That
Sorry,
looked
I was,
healthy. Yeah, no, I
yeah.
saw it too. For any other track temperature, that would be considered normal. Here at Phoenix, that's cold.
Yeah, no, I was looking at the translations to Celsius, and that's summer weather here.
Mm-hmm.
But either way, it's cold for here, so that's probably only really going to mean good things for these drivers. I'm sure they're just going to like that.
Well, once they get some heat into the tires, maybe like on lap 2 or 3, they should be fine. But on fresh tires, on cold tires, it's gonna be pretty sketchy going through turns 1 and 2 because those flat corners and cold tires don't really mate well, especially on corner exit as you start to come down what used to be the front straightaway. Um, it's going to be real sketchy trying to lay the power down, and we've seen a lot of problems during the practice session so far of drivers on their out lap or even their first flying lap really struggling to be able to lay the power in.
Yeah, no, it can definitely get difficult on cold tires laying power down. I know that much for sure. Just did the Daytona 24 actually, and yeah, that wasn't so much of an issue for me, but the LMP2 class was having some real trouble with that.
So were the rumors that they were talking about that race, did they come to fruition? Did they actually have rain about 2 a.m.?
No, sadly not.
Okay.
That was during my stint. That would have been quite funny actually.
Yeah, because nobody's got a
Yeah.
windshield wiper button mapped yet, so that would have been interesting to watch. But couple of roster changes that we need to speak about. You may notice on the timing and scoring sheet right now, Linus Brostrom sitting atop the pile. He's in a Ford this week. Not only is he in a Ford, he's in a Team Penske Racing Ford. In the 22 to be exact. So Linus has been moved over to Penske Racing. And then we've got a new driver in the Deuce, Alex Weigert. Is that how we agreed to pronounce that?
Yeah, I believe that's what we were told.
Driving the number 2 for Penske Racing, as we did have one driver decide that, his work decided for him that he's no longer able to compete because real world kind of took some precedent there. So 2 driver changes right there. And then we are missing the 13 tonight due to, let me make sure here. Looks like Zach Phillips not going to be able to make it. Had some real world issues come up. So no 13 tonight either.
Yeah, that's unfortunate, but hopefully the changes that we have seen are going to spice things up a bit, because I have been told by Ria, who is the team owner of the Team Penske cars, that Alexander Weigert is very quick, and he's another Swede, so all the Swedes are quick, apparently.
You would expect anything less? I mean, you got all 3 of them right now sitting inside the top 10 in practice, with Linus Brostrom leading the way with the quick time so far. Alexander Weigert in his debut in the Cup Series, currently sitting 6th quick. And then one of our playoff contenders at the end of last season, Mr. Marcus Hagman, currently sitting 8th quick in the number 5. So, the Swedes are quick. Prove me wrong.
Yeah, I think I'm going to start getting scared whenever I see a Swedish name in any race. I think I'll just be expecting them to be quick. But I think it's a good time to have a look at the point standings. What do you reckon?
Sounds like a game plan. And not a big shocker right now as far as the point standings go, considering how the last few races have gone.
Yeah, no, exactly. Skylar Khan's still with his commanding lead up at the top. Just good results all around after the 2 victories to start with. Second place, and then was it second? I can't remember.
Two firsts and a second.
Yeah. All we need to know is he's been doing really well.
No, I'm sorry. He got 4th last week. He did get 4th last week.
That's. I mean, it's still doing really well. So.
Oh yeah. 65 points to the good over Jalen Battle.
Yeah, exactly. And we know that Jalen is a very strong driver.
Oh yeah, and Jalen jumped 4 spots last week after at the end of that one. So, coming home in second to Linus Brostrom last week, but led a handful of laps. And that's really what it boils down to is you've got to get those bonus points.
Yeah, absolutely. 5 bonus points when you're at the top. That's worth a position each. Because they're top. I can't exactly remember how many top points, but at least at the top, most of them are separated by 5 points each.
It is 180 points. Hold on. 180 points for the win.
Yeah.
And then bonus points for leading a lap, the most laps, and pole position.
Yep. When your bonus points are worth a position, like when you're running up at the top, it's sometimes worth just sort of changing your strategy a little bit to make sure you've got that lead lap. Trying to be clean, which I think has been working. We've been seeing cleaner and cleaner races.
Oh, absolutely.
Not to try and jinx it here.
And the one thing I do like about this league is there are no fast repairs.
Yeah.
So nobody's got a mulligan. It's not, well, if I make this stupid move and it doesn't work, no problem, because I can always just go to the backup car. Yeah, no, you can't do that here. You've got to sit on pit road for 45 minutes to an hour to get that car fixed.
Yeah, no, exactly. It's makes it a lot more realistic, and I have been told we have a couple of hometown heroes today. We have Russell Bratka here from Tucson, Arizona.
Just right up the road.
Yeah, I was going to say, not sure how far away that is, but you probably know better than me.
45 minutes.
Not too far then. And then we also have Bob Wyckoff in the 41.
All right, then.
Chandler, Arizona. That's not how you pronounce that, but...
No, that's Chandler.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's...
Isn't the sound I make with the A's?
It's Chandler. You had it right. But Chandler... shoot an arrow from the start-finish line, you'll hit Chandler, Arizona.
Well, fair enough then, because if you shoot an arrow from the start-finish line, I don't think you get it out of the parking lot. I was just looking on Google Maps, seeing how big it was, and 1.2 miles, I think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's all one of those suburbs of the greater Phoenix Metroplex. You've got the Chandler, Levine, Phoenix proper. There's a whole bunch of little tiny suburbs right there. Most people that are from that area, when they talk to somebody from out of state or out of the area, oh yeah, I'm from Phoenix. Like whenever I talk to somebody, oh yeah, I'm from Syracuse. Well, I don't live in Syracuse, New York. I live about 20 minutes outside of Syracuse, but people would generally know more where Syracuse is than where Auburn is. So it's one of those similar situations.
Yes, it's the type of thing where I would say, "Oh, I'm from London." Well, yeah, I could count the number of times I've been to London on my hands.
Right, but you still say that because it gives people a better reference of where in the country you're from. But how about Landon Mills? Wow, what a lap!
Yeah, if I just get the tower graphic up here so that we can see this, it's top two actually having the same time down to the 100th. I'm sure Landon Mills is faster on the 1000th. Yeah,
4 1,000ths of a second to Landon Mills. He 26-27 dead to Alex Weigert's debut race with a 26-27-4.
Yeah, that is very close, and we're just 15 seconds off of ending qualifying here. Actually, everyone's finished their laps. So once the session's ended, I'll be able to get the graphic up, and then we can go through the starting grid for today's race.
Only 4 drivers electing to not take time today. That's Ian Humphreys in the 21, the 55 of Mike Simmons, John Nettich Jr.'s 00, and Bob Wyckoff's 41. All those drivers are going to be lined up via their iRating.
Yep, and now has changed, so we are able to go through the grid. So as we said, Landon Mills starting out front, and got Alexander Weggett next to him. Row 2 is Linus Brostrom on the left and Taylor Butcher Benjamin on the right. Row 3 is going to be Skylar Carnes and Jalen Battle, with row 4 being Kobe Sutphin and Russell Bratka. Row 5, Damien Morphy and Marcus Hagman.
Brian Chu and Gavin Marlin going to roll off in row 6. Row 7 gives us Jason Ricketts and Hermie Sadler making his return to the league in the 25. Chad Waller and Marshall Harris going to roll off in row 8. Row 9 gives us Joey Maines and Pete Van Sprundle. Clarence Price and JB Banner going to roll off in row number 10.
Row 11 is going to be an all-English row. Mark Flounders and Mike Smith on that one. Johnny Castle and Brenton Henderson make up row 12, with row 13 being Dave Corshane and Rhea Ferris. Emily Urias and Derek Cook are on row 14, with row 15 being John Hopley and Pete Woodrum.
Row 16 gives us Eugene Thorne and Colin Zimmer. Casey Tomlinson and David Bork going to roll off in row 14. Row 17. Row 18 gives us John Nettich Jr. and Ian Humphreys. Bob Wyckoff and Mike Simmons going to start shotgun in the field in row number 19. So 38 cars scheduled to go here tonight. 155 laps of scheduled distance on this very difficult 1 miler here in Avondale, Arizona. 0 fast repairs, 65% fuel fill, and they've got 4 sets of tires to get it done with, which should be okay. With as cool as the track conditions are, the tires shouldn't be skating quite as much as we've seen here in the past, Jason. But definitely going to be something these guys are going to want to be keeping in the back of their minds, that they've only got 4 sets of tires to get it done with.
Yeah, exactly. The track temps are definitely going to help with their tire sets, but as you said, these guys need to be careful on their tires because you can't just completely use them up. Otherwise, you're going to have nothing left at the end.
Absolutely. And we've got an open dog leg here tonight, so something to be real mindful of. You're going to see guys going all the way down onto the apron, coming through the dog leg, and trying to get these cars sorted out as the pace car peels off. And it just seems really weird to see that pace car peeling off so dang early as the field works its way down the hallway that now is the back straightaway here, as they head off into turns number 3 and 4. Landon Mills going to have the button as the field works its way towards the green flag. The only thing it's left to do is wipe the visor, adjust the 5-point safety harness, give that steering wheel a nice pull to make sure it's nice and tight, because race fans, it's showtime! Mills getting a great start on that inside lane. He's got Brostrom with him as he's running side by side with his new teammate Weigert on the outside. Those two guys picking him up and laying him down right now as I'm trying to get my time. And we're already under caution.
Ooh, looks
deep
like
in the field.
Sutphin and Hagman, actually.
Yes,
so
it
that
was.
Started high up, but didn't see any of it, so we'll have a look at the replay for that.
Sutphin's car is crabbing
Ooh.
badly.
Ouch. Now, who else was that involved in that? I'm going to go back, actually.
The 51 catching a piece of it. Hagman absolutely nowhere to go.
Yeah, that's what I saw.
The 19, again, nowhere to go.
Yeah, that was an unfortunate one, and I think that's, well, cold tires.
Cold tires on that flat section that is now turns 1 and 2. So, you know, we were talking about that during the pre-race. Cold tires here are going to be just straight evil tonight as something's knocked the rear axle out of that car.
Yeah, I see that 20 coming down, and it just looks like he's drifting down the pit lane. I was focused on
funny.
Marcus Hagman, and the 20's just right behind him drifting.
It's funny, I would say it's funny, haha, but the only problem is it's not a laughing matter, because that team, he's now going to have to spend the next probably hour in the pits trying to get that car sorted out.
I'm not going to lie, I would be very frustrated.
Oh, yeah.
At that point.
You know, like we said, Marshall Harris, absolutely nowhere to go, catches a race car to the face. Hagman catches the wall and a race car to the face. You know, so there was a lot of problems here tonight.
Yeah, definitely, and, well, so early on for some of them to be just sat in the pits.
Well, the good news is it happened early, so they have a chance to at least finish some laps.
I was going to say, hopefully they keep their spirits high and they come back out, which is what we like to see and what this league likes to see with their driver rating system.
Yes, and I do stand corrected from what I said last week. I said it was going to be the February 9th show. It's going to actually be the February 22nd race that is the cutoff point for the driver rating. Everybody has to have an 80 or above to qualify for the Cup Series as a regular driver, 70 to be a sub as the pace car peels off coming off of turn 2. Single file restart because we did not get a lap under green. Landon Mills going to have the button as he brings him down the hallway one more time. Brostrom, Weigert, Carnes, and Taylor Benjamin going to be rolling off in the top 5 as they work their way into turns 3 and 4. Into the restart zone they go.
Green flag, green flag.
Green flag comes out, and the LasVegas.net Toyota Camry pulls the trigger. Both the Fords behind him kind of stack it up just a little bit, and it's pandemonium in the mid-pack.
Yeah, it looks like Mills definitely got a good jump there. And looks like we're going to have a completely twos battle as well with the 22 and the 2. Maybe trying to go at it here early on, see which one of them's got the race pace.
Well, we know Brostrom knows how to conserve tires when needed.
Yeah.
So not going to really have to worry too much about him. Gavin Marlin in the 33, already making some headway as he's currently sitting in the number 7 spot, already up 5 from where he started as the battle right now is for about third as you've got a 3-car tango with Weigert, Carnes, and Taylor Butcher Benjamin throwing it way down to the inside coming through the dog leg.
Yeah, I love how you can just use all of the track there. It's just such a unique thing, and I think it's, wow, it's just great.
Battle for the lead, here we go. Brostrom looking on the high side as Mills just full send it. Here comes the deuce of Weigert way down on that dog leg apron. he's battling for second right now with his new teammate. And those two guys are going to have to get that sorted out pretty quick, because they're going to have to realize team rules. Try not to kill each other. Team rule number 2, if you are going to kill each other, make damn sure it's a Sports Center highlight.
Yeah. I think rule number 3 is probably don't let a quick guy through because you're battling your own teammate.
True story.
And I'm not sure if Weggett is going to know how quick Carnes is, although I'm sure he's been told. Or has raced him before.
Well, new paint scheme on the 47 this week. Still not a happy camper that he's going to drive a Chevy, but that number has done him very well this season so far.
Yeah, absolutely. You can't argue with the results, realistically. And the results are absolutely in his favour right now. Championship leader by a
65
massive
points.
margin. Yeah.
Almost a full race.
Yeah, to have that after 3?
Yeah, that's the only time we've seen that so far is out of Jalen Battle last season, as he went in, it ended the final season. I think it was he could have sat. Oh, contact going into 1. Chrome horn used by Taylor Butcher Benjamin. Is the deuce able to keep it pointed in the right direction? Not going to be a happy camper though, but everybody keeps it pointed in the right direction. And here comes the aforementioned Jalen Battle right now in that Exalta number 24. He ended last season's regular season, just going into the playoffs, with a 257-point lead. He could have sat out the last 3 races and still won the regular season championship. Oh, problems coming through too.
That was, well, the leaders.
That was your top 3.
I'm telling you, you don't see that every day. What's it? The 96 is that up into the wall.
Bounces off the wall, gets into the double deuce, and your points leader, Skylar Carnes, absolutely nowhere to go. Catches a little bit of a nerf.
Yeah, well, that's shaking things up.
Absolutely.
But
Linus Brostrom coming out on the losing end of that whole exchange.
Yeah. It's not been the most fortunate of starts.
Far from it.
For quite a lot of our drivers, I think, as we've got Landon Mills in the pits, Hermie Sadler's in the pits, Brostrom's in the pits, Manis in the pits, and then obviously from the earlier incident, Clarence Prince, Marshall Harris, and Kobe Sutphin still in the pits.
I dare say that some of these guys are just going to be coming down for fuel only. We're only working lap 13 and only maybe 5 laps under anger. So most of these guys are going to be coming down just fuel only right now anyways. As, that's fuel only right there that we're seeing from a lot of these guys.
I'm actually kind of sad that I don't get an automatic replay of when people make a fantastic save, because that save from the 2 when they just got pushed out the way.
Oh yeah, no, that was great. I mean that's skill right there of being able to keep your head about you, and just get the car back under control as quickly as you can, and not get run over from behind. And that was definitely a key right there. As
he wasn't even a tenth of the way into his first Cup Series race, already having to show his skills off.
Oh yeah, no, I mean that was so far that's the save of the season.
Yeah, I mean,
but now if you're Taylor Butcher Benjamin though, you might want to be worried about a receipt coming from the 2, considering they're going to be restarting right next to each other right now.
Yeah, definitely a bit of damage on the back of that too, actually.
Oh yeah, no, he got into him pretty decent. He got into him pretty decent. I'm surprised there's not more damage on the 77, but definitely the rear bumper area of the 2 is definitely worse for wear.
Yeah, I mean, it's the type of thing of if the 2 is going to get some sort of payback, would you do it now?
No.
Or would you maybe you wait a bit?
I would wait. You know, I would wait till Martinsville and just torpedo him going into 3 while he's going for the lead. But then again, I'm a Matt Kenseth fan.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm sure that's a reference.
So lights are out on the Ford Mustang GT500 pace car, the official pace car of iRacing. Top 22 deciding to not go down pit road at all so far. As Taylor Butcher Benjamin going to have the button as the field works its way down the hallway that used to be the front straightaway here. And into turn number 3. Watch out for Jalen Battle as he is going to have a head of steam starting in the number 3 slot as the field works its way into the restart zone one more time.
Green flag, green flag.
TB3 has the button. Here we go. Green flag is out and we are back underway. And there is a big shakeup around 5th. Brian Chu not getting the restart he was hoping for, stacked the field up behind him. Everybody gets away cleanly, but that could have ended poorly.
3 for the lead.
3 wide for the lead. Jalen Battle way down on the inside, running side by side with Alex Weigert in his debut here in the Cup Series. Going to lead his first lap as an iSNF Cup Series Pro. And Weigert just full send it going through 1 and 2 there. Able to get a little bit of a gap, about a car length and a half over your defending series champion, Jalen Battle. And don't look now, but here comes the 47 after having that issue already back up into the top 5.
Yeah, we've seen how quickly he can recover. That was a bit of a jump.
A little bit.
Hopefully that doesn't continue, but I was just saying we can see how quickly he can recover it, because this guy's got pace.
Oh yeah. And he's got long race pace, too. And speaking of another guy that's got some pace right now, hometown hero Russell Bradka from just up the road in Tucson. Currently sitting in the number 5 spot as Damian Mulvey slugging it out with the 33 of Marlin right now. That is for your number 6 spot. As Carnes and Battle going after it for the 2 spot.
Yeah, there's a lot of good battles happening here. Mind the pun, obviously.
Oyo.
And got some decent stuff going on down here, actually, in roughly about 17th area. Linus Brostrom trying to make his way back up, just got past Brenton Henderson, going to be looking past the 00. Let's try and get through back up to the lead as quickly as possible.
Absolutely. Is that battle for 6 still hot and heavy between Marlin and Mulvey? Can the Irishman take it to the American? Is the American right now on the high side? The Irishman going to slot back in right behind him, try to get a run later on. Here comes the 42 of Pete Van Sprundel looking to the inside of Brian Chu. Van Sprundel already up 9. JB Banner up 10 in 10th. Mike Smith up 11, currently sitting in 11th. And then Emily Urias starting to drop a little bit as John Nettis Jr. up 18, currently sitting in 17th. So some pretty decent movement we're seeing through the mid-pack already.
Yeah, we've always got our big movers of the race, and we're starting to see them come out now on lap 24 as we got a caution.
Casey Tomlinson.
What happened there? Up into the wall, back down. Whoa, just avoiding. I'll come back up into someone. Didn't actually hit anyone else.
And that is a Code Brown moment for the driver of the 21, Ian Humphreys. And if you need your fire suit cleaned in the greater Metro Phoenix Metroplex, you want to check out Park Avenue Cleaners over on East Indian School Road. They'll get you hooked up pretty decent. Wow.
I managed to get one of those in once per race.
Usually. There used to be a dry cleaner right across the street from Manzanita Speedway, right there in downtown Phoenix. And Mulvey's going to bring it pit side.
Yeah.
That's kind of surprising this early in the event.
Going to be fuel only, maybe?
No, he might go tires here. I mean, we're already 24 laps in, and he was running pretty hard with the 33. Well, we're about to see as he's getting closer to his pit stall here.
Find a camera that doesn't just show the back of the pits. Yep, that's being jacked up.
Yeah.
Yep, all tyres and fuel.
Looks like he's getting some damage fixed, too, as he's getting a little bit of extended time in pit road.
I can say thank you to him then, so that we know how the alternate strategy works with the tyres.
I don't think he got popped. Well, no, he may have gotten popped for speeding.
That wouldn't be ideal.
No, that was damage fixed because he's down and away. 38 seconds in his box. Same for Landon Mills. A little bit of damage fixed on the 96. So I have yet to see a car so far tonight that doesn't have damage on it, as everybody seems to have damage somewhere. A lot of right front fender damage so far.
Yeah, what's a race without a few little taps?
Sure, go with that thought.
Just so long as they're not big taps, you should be fine.
And that's the one of the reasons why I'm glad this league is using the Gen 6 car as opposed to the next gen car. With the independent suspension on all four corners of that car, it is so easy to tweak an A-arm. And it doesn't take much. You know, with these guys having solid rear axles in these last gen cars, if you will, you can take a little bit more of a pounding before you end up looking like the 20 did at the start of this thing. You know, Cody Suffin, he got hit so hard it did knock the rear axle out, but it takes a shot to do that.
Yeah, no, I'd imagine that body damage is probably does more on the next gens as well, correct?
Especially considering it's a composite body. You know, that carbon fiber doesn't... It'll bend to a point, whereas, you know, the sheet metal that's on these cars will bend. Those will break. So,
yeah.
Here we go. Lights are out on the pace car again. Jason, you want to get us going this time?
Yeah, sure, I can have a go at it. Pace car comes off, and now we're coming down the hallway for that long drive without the pace car. They'll eventually get it sorted out at the back. It's coming now towards the green flag. And it is gonna drop. And looks like a pretty nice start from the two. Though he's got the 47 right by him.
Absolutely. 47 going to have the run coming through 1 and 2. That high lane already starting to pay some dividends. Here comes your points leader, Skylar Carnes, to the point. Making it happen on that second lane. And that's something we've seen ever since this latest tire model has come out about 2 seasons ago. That second lane has really come into its own. It used to be a one-groove racetrack. Now It's that second groove that's really able to make it happen, especially through the flat that is now 1 and 2.
Yeah, we've got some more battling a bit further back as well. We've got Jason Ricketts and Mark Flounders going at it for 11th. Never mind, Mark Flounders had a bit of a wiggle, and now going and fighting for 13th position. Linus Brostrom managing to get past him, and looking further up as well. Battle for second, Jalen Battle coming down. Quite an aggressive, almost undercut there. To try and get the line he wants. Gets loose off the turn.
Still side by side with the 77 of Taylor Butcher Benjamin. Benjamin with a little bit of a blink there.
Little?
Okay, a bit of a blink there, missing through the completion of turns 3 and 4. Stays right there, though, able to maintain that high lane. And you can see it right there, that second lane, you're able to carry a little bit more momentum off of turn 2, and just like that, Taylor Butcher Benjamin back into the number 3 spot.
Yeah, and that's really going to come in as well when the tires are going to get more worn, correct?
Very much so, because you're not going to be punishing the right front as much to try to keep it pinned down on that yellow line. So the longer this run goes, the more dividends that second lane is going to pay. Now you can full send it going into 3, hoping that it's going to stick, but your best shot is going to be to try to make a pass on the outside of turns 3 and 4. As here comes DB3 to the inside of Weigert as they haul it into turn number 1. Weigert on that second lane, and you can see it here. He's going to be able to carry just a little bit more momentum in that second lane, get a good drive off of the corner. Still a drag race as Taylor Butcher Benjamin going to have to slot back in behind him. Almost gets the chrome horn from Jalen Battle going into 3.
Yeah, and I think, tire-wise and timing, we're actually can be pretty close to people's first stops. I don't think they'll be marginal on fuel yet. But,
no, absolutely not.
Tire-wise, you could start taking pit stops from now, but they're going to want to wait for a caution anyway.
Very much so. As tire fall off only about a half a second so far, so not too bad yet. But then again, we've only seen a handful of laps under anger. Now the guys that are going to have the advantage are like the Virginias for Lovers number 25 of Hermie Sadler, currently sitting in the number 18 spot, as he and a handful of others, Joey Manis for another one, or Maines for another one, did come down to get fuel only under one of those cautions. So they're going to be a little bit better on fuel mileage than some of these other guys, or fuel stint, I should say, than some of these other guys. But, that's definitely something we're going to want to keep an eye on, with the fuel strategies going out here tonight.
Yeah, I'm just looking at how Mulvey's doing, considering he took tyres and obviously had a bit of damage repair. He's made up some spots, I'd say.
10.
Yeah.
He's made up 10.
That's pretty good going then, since the restart. So shows you that even if there's only about half a second difference in it, the tyres definitely help massively when you're trying to overtake someone. So that could play into people's strategies. That's a caution.
Oh,
don't hit it. That's Russell Bratka.
Oh, man. What happened to the 17? Had the air taken off his spoiler coming off of 2.
I think that was a bit of a tap.
No, there was no contact. I could have taken my wheelchair between those two guys. But the 48 definitely took the air off his spoiler, that's for sure. But it's a shot when the rear tires come up off the ground when you make contact. So he hit that that inside wall a ton. As Emily Urias in the 25 of Hermie Sadler getting into it, trying to avoid that situation, and wholesale pit stops is down.
Yeah, and well, kind of as expected, really, because you're at that time where you can make the pit stops, so you've got a caution, might as well do it. Promotes Damien Mulvey to the lead, obviously, as he took 4 and fuel 15 laps ago.
Marcus Hagman back into the top 10 as he stayed out as well.
Yeah, he's sitting in second at the moment, but obviously not going to have good tyres compared to, well, everyone 8th and below. There's a couple of people choosing to come in now rather than immediately.
Ian Humphreys and Rhea Ferris both deciding to stay out to improve their track position. Not sure how well that's going to work for either of them, considering that they're still on the initial set of tires that they started the race on.
Yeah, we saw you can make great progress. But it sort of feels like a no-brainer to go for tyres, but we'll see. They might have other plans.
That's a possibility. And I'm looking at there's a handful of drivers that took fuel only. Weigert in the 2, the 47 of Carnes, Jalen Battle, Linus Brostrom, all only electing to take fuel. Taylor Butcher Benjamin, Brian Chu, the first 2 that actually took 4 tires. Pete Van Sprundle also taking 4. Mike Smith, fuel only. JB Banner, 4 in fuel. Mark Flounders, fuel only. And then a good majority of the drivers behind them electing to take 4 in fuel and or damage repair.
So these guys may be thinking that the tyres won't make that much of a difference, and maybe it was just sheer pace difference for Mulvey getting through on some of the guys that were further down the field.
I don't think they realized just how much Mulvey made up because they were way in front of him and could not see him on their relative.
Very true.
But with the cool track temperatures that we have here tonight, we were only after 35 laps, and granted, only a handful of those under anger, or a couple of handfuls, anyways. Less than half. We were only seeing about a half a second tire fall off as the pace car does peel off to hand the lead of the race over to the Irishman Mulvey. He's elected to take that outside lane. So that's the first time tonight we've seen that. Actually, I think it's the first time this season that we've seen somebody elect to take that outside lane on the restart. Coming through 3 and 4. Green flag is out. Mulvey pulls the trigger. Hagman goes with him. Hagman way down on the apron, trying to make up some track position as the battle right now between Weigert and Humphrey side by side going into 1.
Yeah, it's a battle that doesn't last very long because of the tyre difference. What else? And oh dear, that's going to be a big one.
Battle.
That's going to be big. This is very narrow. It's still going. The 15 was nearly on its side. The 22 massively involved. 77's got no front end. It
started with the 21 getting into the wall.
You're lucky if you're not involved in that. There's smoke coming out of the 7 car of Dave Corshane. The 15, no rear end, no front end.
Well, Brostrom gets into it with the 19, and both of them eat the inside wall. The 21 hit everything except the pace car.
Try and find a good camera angle for this.
The blimp's got a good shot.
Yeah, I'll go for that.
The 48 catches a race car to the face. The 7 catches a race car to the face. I believe that's the 00. No, that was the 11.
0 was involved.
Yes, the 00, absolutely nowhere to go, trying to take evasive action. as the 7 hits the 24, the 00 just bang right to the rear axle of the 24. The 33 just barely able to get it stopped in time.
Yeah, I know. I was looking at that, taking the very smart action of just stopping.
And that's about all you can do at that point, is hope nobody runs you over from behind, but try not to get into it. And you can see Battle is just crabbing badly. That's the second time tonight we've seen a rear axle knocked completely out of a race car.
Yeah, I mean, it was such a big crash, and it's so narrow there that you just sort of have to try and stop it, I guess. Although you're probably not normally seeing too many wrecks there on the straight.
No, actually, that's probably going to be Calamity Corner here tonight.
Oh, fair enough.
Because the track does narrow down there, and if something pops off in front of you, there's nowhere to go. Because there's a wall on the inside and a wall on the outside. It's like Martinsville at that point. You have absolutely nowhere to go, nowhere to hide. The only thing you can hope for is you can get your car woed down so you don't hit what's in front of you, and hope that the drivers behind you are doing the same thing.
I mean, that's just going to be the type of thing where if there is something there, good luck.
Pretty much.
So
that brings us under our 5th caution.
Yeah, definitely shakes things up, and in all that, Linus Broström did decide to go down. Oh, I think he actually got caught up in it, didn't he? That would be why he went down.
Oh yeah, no, Broström got hit.
Yeah.
Hang on, we're not going green. Not going
And
green.
it's trying to get the field sorted out right now, so that nobody has to try to cold trickle the field.
Yeah, we've got 5 cars sat in the pits, and I've just noticed someone who's just come out the pits. Kobe Sutphin, who is 42 laps down on the lead lap.
He just spent 28 minutes in pit road.
I've got to admire, the patience more than anything. Patience and dedication just to sit there for 28 minutes and come back out.
Well, the thing is, he knows what's at stake.
Yeah.
Sutphin's one of those guys that he knows that if he had just left, that would have really damaged his driver rating. So he stayed in this to make sure that, he's not sweating bullets when it comes down to crunch time here in about a month, when it comes time to have that cutoff. So it looks like we are going to go single file here, considering that the field did not get a complete lap under green.
Yeah,
when that
makes
popped
sense.
off. So we're going to rack them, stack them, and try it again as 51 going to have the button. The Irishman, Damian Mulvey, with a little bit of damage on the front end of that Chevy Camaro. As he's got Weigert and Carnes right behind him, Pete Van Sprundle and JB Banner rounding out your top 5 as the field works its way into turns 3 and 4. Into the restart zone they go. Green flag is in the air. Green flag waving, and we are back underway here, getting ready to start lap 49 of 155.
Guy Lacarnes was already looking for something there, and it definitely wasn't the greatest of restarts from the 42 of Pete Van Sprundle, but JB Banner didn't get the best behind him either.
Absolutely, as here comes the 2 to the inside of Mulvey going through 3, and inside of 3, outside of 2, that's where you're going to see all the moves made tonight, and we are back under caution. Rhea Ferris on the backstretch.
See what that was for. Is it boost?
Cold tires.
Ooh, nearly held it. Oh, what was that? The 55 that nearly?
Yeah, it was the 55 that almost clobbered her.
55. Cockpit cam.
So we've got 2 retirements to speak of so far. David Boak in the JTG Doherty car putting it on the hauler, and Landon Mills deciding to put it on the hauler.
Landon Mills. He was,
Yep. 25th.
I was going to say, he's still technically only a lap down.
Manually disconnected.
Fair enough, then. That might be the type of thing where something may have come up in real life, I guess. Because I wouldn't expect it, but oh well, here we are, it happened.
And to answer the questions in the chat, FPX Wolfgang. Yes, Emily Urias is currently in the top 10, up 18 from where she started, currently sitting in the number 9 slot.
Yeah, no,
and
she's
how many?
Oh, go on.
And how many cars were involved in that big one from the 53 car? About half the field.
Yeah, I think that's a fair estimate. And I'm going to say about Emily Urias, she's just moved up quietly, I think. It's fair to say. We haven't spoken about her all day. And she's just been moving up the field. Looks like she's been keeping her car relatively clean.
She's like one of those ninjas that you know.
Yeah.
Has a quiet race, and all of a sudden, towards the end of it, you go, "Where the heck she come from?"
The answer to that one, I think, is the 27th.
Yes. Smart ass. But we are going to go single file again, considering we didn't get a full lap under green. So 26 cars on the lead lap so far.
Okay, that 12 is going to get past
Yeah.
the next car.
Yeah, I had to wait until the lights went out before she could pass it. So Alexander Weigart, the rookie in his first race, gonna have the point, as he did have the nose out in front of the Irishman Damien Mulvey. When the caution did fly, they hadn't gotten to the start-finish line yet, so that's why we are going single file.
I've noticed the field's been really spread on the restarts. Is that a normal Phoenix thing, or are they?
No, that's
just being a bit strange.
That's being a bit cautious.
Yeah.
You know, you've got those people that are trying to be a little bit cautious, trying to make sure they get the laps in. Green flag is out. Weigart pulls the trigger coming on to turn number 4. And we are back underway. 53 laps in the books. Battle for second between Carnes and Mulvey going through turns 1 and 2. Mulvey on the low side, or Mulvey on the high side, Carnes on the inside. Drag race down the hallway, though.
That looked very, very close to the outside wall for Mulvey. Another coat of paint, and that would have been contact.
You're not wrong.
But I think that's probably a bit of a tyre difference, though Mulvey is seeming to be able to keep up at least slightly. Only 15 laps.
Carnes is on old tires,
roughly. Is he? Oh,
Carnes and Weigart only took fuel.
Oh, okay. Never mind, ignore me. Carnes is just being exceptionally good.
And Henderson bringing it down pit side.
That,
interesting.
To be honest, maybe for more damage repair.
Probably.
Think about it.
That'd be the safe bet right there.
And Gavin Marlin in the 6. Going at it.
Marvin and Hopley going hammer and tongs right now. Another battle we got going on is the 34 of Johnny Castle going after it with Brian Chu. Chu to the inside, going to get the spot away, coming across the tri-oval, as there is a ton of damage on the nose of the 11.
Now have a look at that. Oh, yeah.
Looks like one of those English bulldogs.
Seems like you're one hit away from not having a nose in the iRacing damage model, I think.
Well, the question is, how much longer is the 11 going to be able to keep the pace that he's going right now with all that front-end damage? Because we've seen a lot of radiators give up the ghost with less damage than that.
I was going to say, that's not going to be fun on the old engine temps.
Very much not so. As Marcus Hagman working on the inside of Russell Bradka, that is your battle for 8th. And there is a pack of angry wolves in front of those two guys. That's Joey Maines and Jason Ricketts. And the lap car of the 15 of Mike Smith, as they were almost 3 wide.
Yeah, just going either side of that lap car, and I'm sure Marcus Hagman is going to be hungry to try and get past as many of these guys as possible.
And especially after getting caught up in that first melee that put him behind the 8 ball, back on the lead lap and back into the top 10. So definitely showing some pace in the 5. As we've got the rest of the field pretty strung out right now.
Yeah, no, people are being pretty spread out. I think they were cautious on that last restart to not have yet another caution. So I think they've all been quite chill for a bit, but it's going to be interesting for these top guys, seeing how long they're going to run their tyres, because we've got the 47, 5 and the 25, I believe, all only taking fuel.
You are correct.
Although I don't know if the 25 had tyres before that. Or the 5 actually, because they've been in 3 and 4 times.
They did not. They've taken fuel only every time they've been down pit road. But we're only looking about a half a second fall off, which is pretty decent.
Yeah.
So far, especially considering we're working lap 62, and fast approaching that halfway mark.
Yeah, well, it is January, so I guess.
And we're in the desert.
That definitely helps.
Oh, Urias into the wall through 1.
Ooh.
Just caught the safer barrier, trying to arc the corner a little too much. Little bit of right side damage on that Good Sam number 99. You can see the little wow in the right rear panel of that car. Shouldn't affect the aero too much, as this is not a heavily aero dependent track, but every little bit does help.
Yeah, absolutely. And looks like we're quite close to seeing a battle for the lead here between Weigert and Carnes. But number 2
Absolutely.
Been leading for a decent amount of time at this point.
Your points leader just stalking the rookie right now as they haul it off into turns 1 and 2. That is the 77 of Taylor Butcher Benjamin, who's driving what equates to about a pavement modified, completely missing the front clip of that Chevy Camaro. As Carnes looking to the inside of the rookie, coming through 1 and 2. Carnes with the nose out front.
Whoa.
Oh! Little beating and banging coming across the stripe, though. 17 one-thousandths of a second. Give the lap to Weigert, as Carnes a little bit sideways, almost getting into each other again through 1 and 2. As Carnes going to regroup, duck back in, and try another shot later on.
Yeah, no, it felt. I felt quite bad for the 77 when they were lapping him, because he was battling up here, and
he led some laps already.
Yeah, exactly. To see a race just go down the drain, pretty much. It's sad, but have to move on. That was a little jump from the was that the 00?
He almost got into the 7 in front of him, as they're in heavy lap traffic right now. That's the 7 of Corshane, the 00 of Nedich, and the 12 of Ferris. as the leaders weaving their way through traffic right now. That's Weigert, Carnes, and Mulvey. And then you're about 2 seconds back to Pete Van Sprundle in the 40 deuce.
Having a small issue with my driver details box. There you go, it's finally decided to fix itself.
So Marshall Harris and Jalen Battle have both decided to put it on the hauler.
Ooh. That's not going to do too well for Jalen Battle for points, obviously.
No, it's not. As Urias works her way around the 6 of Hopley. Hopley having some problems right now. Not sure what's going on with the 6, but not having a good time of it right now as he is continuing to fall back.
Dear.
Contact down the backstretch.
That was a 4 Cook. I was just about to say how Urias would probably try and get past him in a hurry, but that's probably a bit quicker than she would have been expecting.
Absolutely. Looks like the 20 not realizing the 4 was where he was, just pinched up into the wall, and unfortunately around they both went. Everybody else doing a great job to avoid the two of them.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it will cause too much damage, to be fair. You probably wouldn't feel much more on that 20. It's already heavily damaged as it is, even with the repairs.
Correct. Now the question is, are we going to see wholesale pit stops and tire changes finally?
Yes.
Wholesale pit stops, yes. The question is, who's taking tires? My guess would be everybody.
I would say that's not an ambitious guess. I would be taking tires here. I'm sure you would be. I'm sure most of our viewers would be.
Oh, absolutely. Just before the halfway mark, and I haven't taken tires yet, I'm taking them now.
Absolutely.
That way I have a couple of sets later in the race that I can play with. JB Banner electing to stay out to get a lap led. Hermie Sadler stays out. Ricketts, Hopley, Castle all staying out. Weigert down and away.
I'm assuming Banner took tires in the last one.
Yes. Yes, he did.
Cool, yeah, probably going for those bonus points and then maybe trying something different then.
Yeah. Hermie Sadler, though, still on the tires he started the race with. Did come down for fuel the last couple of times.
Clearly he reckons that those tires are just fine. And I'm not going to be the one to question his judgment on that one.
I'm not double guessing him at all. Especially considering we're only looking about a half a second.
Yeah,
and with
exactly.
deep as some of these guys, as deep as some of these guys are going to have to restart. Your freshest set of tires right now is going to go to the 47 of Skylar Carnes, who's going to be restarting in 7th. And he's got some heavy hitters in front of him. You got JB Banner, you got Hermie Sadler, you got Jason Ricketts, John Hopley's up there, Johnny Castle, Pete Woodrum. Those guys are all going to be starting in front of him. And they're not the easiest guys to get by. They're hard-nosed racers.
Yeah, to be fair, I'd say that about most people in this league. We've got some great talent here.
Oh, absolutely.
And they know how to race. I say every single one of them.
Absolutely. This field loaded with racecraft. Speaking of racecraft, if you like what you're seeing, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on bell notifications so you don't miss a single moment of action. As with January here and February coming, we are going to have more and more leagues starting back up. And it's going to be starting tomorrow night with the Fuel Fired Up Esports League, as they are going to have the Great Warrior Dash 100. That'll be tomorrow night at 7:30 p.m. And that'll be followed by the Maestro's Classic ARCA Series, race number 11, the first round of their playoffs. That'll be at Charlotte. That'll be an 8:20 start on that one. And then, do you like truck racing, Jason?
Oh, I tried it out a bit. It seems very fun.
Well, we've got 2 truck series going on Tuesday night with the All-American Racing League Truck Series starting at 7:55 Eastern Time. That's going to be race number 1 of the Truckers Feed America 200 at Daytona. And then at 10:05, we have the WSRL race number 4 from Mid-Ohio. So Tuesday night is truck night here on ESBN. Wow, what a restart.
Look at the 2. That is
just
what,
full
at least
send it.
5 positions in the space of about 3 seconds since the green, and Skylar Carnes is going at it as well.
They kind of split everybody in front of them.
They both just absolutely rinsed the field, and they've only got JB Banner ahead of them now. And, well, the tyres are good.
You think?
What? We'll go with that one. They're a bit cold, apparently, on Skylar Carnes' one, as he's a bit loose.
Well, here we go. 2 for the lead.
Yeah.
Back to the point goes the rookie.
There you go. It was only a matter of time, and that time was, what, just over a lap?
Just over a lap, and that is the fastest lap of the race so far. 26.73 for your race leader, Alexander Wagert. And here comes Carnes to the inside to take over second from JB Banner. And you can see how just easily he made that pass look on the fresh tires coming off of turn number 2.
Yeah, I mean, we probably still had a bit of a situation where some of these drivers maybe didn't really know how much the tires were going to be better, and that's probably why they didn't take them.
I dare say you're correct on that one, as Weigert resets the quick lap of the race with a 26.59. Wow.
What was the times in qualifying again? 26.23?
26.27.
Not far off.
So, yeah, I mean, these guys are putting up lap times that would have put them in the top 5 of qualifying. Now, granted, and we're back under caution.
Like a few cars involved in that one. Ooh, that's the 7 already without a nose. That's not a good start. Tapped by the 1, and I think that's the 11 that just got into that as well. That wouldn't.
The
make
double
sense.
0 got into it.
That makes more sense.
Yikes. Bad. Here we go. Banner, Sadler, and Chu all bringing them pit side. Looks like it's time to get tires.
The double 0 got into both of them.
Yeah, you did.
Yep, so that's everyone on pretty much fresh tires now. So we can save the talk about tires for another few laps.
For later in the race.
Yeah. Let's have a look at some of our big movers here. We got Eugene Thorne actually just coming out of the pits. We haven't talked about him at all today. He's up 17. Derek Cook is up 16.
Pete Woodrum, though, what a run for the 10.
Up 19 spots.
Good run there. Pete Van Sprundel's up 13, currently sitting inside the top 5. And I believe you said he's a hometown hero. Or was that the 41?
I don't believe so. No, that was
No, that was Wyckoff. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I stand corrected.
I was going to say...
Wyckoff up 10.
Yeah, he's doing pretty well. unfortunately, Brack, the other hometown hero today, probably hoping for something a bit better than 9th, started in 8th. So he'll be looking forward.
With all the problems he's been having tonight,
Still a pretty good
top
run.
10's not bad because he has had some problems through no fault of his own. But, definitely a decent run going.
Yeah, I mean, it's the type of thing where they were firmly not his problems, but unfortunately got caught up in them, and that's just how racing works.
Yep.
So, someone coming down pit road here. Kobe Sutphin going back in.
Can't say I blame him on that one.
Good news for him is he's not last anymore. It was, David Bauk chose to end his race quite early.
Yeah, not sure what happened with David, but definitely decided that just didn't want to deal with it. As the lights are out on the Ford Mustang GT500 pace car, the official pace car of iRacing, Weigert going to have the button again, electing to restart from that outside lane. Skylar Carnes going to be on the inside, starting next to him, but the Deuce has the button. Marlin and Mulvey making up row number 2. As the field works its way down the hallway and into turn number 3, when is the rookie going to pull the trigger? We're about to find out as they get into the restart zone. Flagger has the green flag in the air. Green flag is out, and we are back underway. Carnes, though, in lockstep, gets the momentum coming through the dog leg and wrestles the lead away from Weigert as they haul it off into turn number 1. Weigert going to dive it down low, though, trying to make some momentum up on the 47. Fresh tires as the outside lane paying dividends already.
Yeah, it was the type of thing where the 47 just cut into the dog leg just to try and get the shortest run possible down out off the restart, and it worked well for him as he was able to just hold on that outside lane. But it looks like the 2 is going to try and come back at him here. Is the inside lane going to work? It's not quite going to work there. Very close to the wall. That might have actually been a tap.
Yeah, that inside lane's not going to work through 1 and 2. Even on fresh tires, you're really going to have to set that run up coming off of the dog leg if you're going to want to make it happen at all and just go full send it going into 1. But right now, the front 2 leaders just starting to walk away right now as Mulvey and Marlin throwing haymakers at each other for 3rd.
Yep, Mulvey managing to keep that position. And it's looking like a pretty good battle here. We got battle for 1st, battle for 3rd. Got a whole gaggle of cars back here. Look at this for about 10th place. 10th through about 15th, all probably within about a second of each other.
If that. Here comes the 10 of Woodrum on the inside of the 15. Chu almost gets into the back bumper of him. Now, Chu's got to be real careful in that 11 with all the damage he's already got on the nose of that Toyota Camry. Definitely not something he's going to want to do much too often here, with laying the chrome horn to anybody. As here comes JB Banner to the high side to work his way around Chu. And that's on fresh tires right there.
Yeah, that 11 got very loose. That's, I think that's the place we've been seeing most people. If they're getting loose, it's going to be there.
Very much so. As here comes Hermie Sadler to go with the 48. Sadler's got a good run going, and this is something good to see because normally he gets caught up in everybody else's mess. Yeah. And to see that car as clean as it is, I'm happy to see him having a good run finally. And we're back under caution. Looks like John Hopley. And the 9 of Jason Ricketts.
See how that went. Ooh, that was ambitious. Well, the 34 with a bit of a sympathy spin.
Ricketts not a happy
straight
camper
up into
right
the
now.
double zero.
Oh!
Yeah, you just saw that?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I can imagine why Ricketts isn't too pleased with that one, to be honest. It was,
That was a complete dive bomb.
yeah, I was going to say, the word dive comes to mind. I spoke about the Daytona 24 earlier. I'll try not to speak about it again, but that is the type of move that the LMP2s are making on us GT3s.
Gotta love it.
And didn't work out there, and didn't work out too well here either.
Very seldom does that move ever work out. And I don't think John Hopley realizes just how badly he's smoking right now.
Ooh, yeah. Someone get onto the radio on that 6, because if he keeps going, that might just stop.
I think he was waiting for pit road to open for the lap cars.
Maybe.
Yeah, he's going pit
Yeah.
side now. Wow.
If you ever wondered what an unhealthy Ford looks like, it's that.
You're not wrong. You can see a ton of damage on that car.
Hmm.
Ricketts is already in pit trying to get that car fixed. But, when he was trying to get that car sorted out, he was just beating on Hopley, to say, what the hell are you thinking, bud? They both had top 10 cars going. It just snap, see you bye.
Hmm. Well, it's I'm not surprised if you're getting on the radio a little bit for that one.
Well, he
Obviously
wasn't on the radio. He was just using the front bumper of his car to beat the hell out of the 6.
Fair enough. I was going to say, if you're on the radio about that one, then I won't get annoyed at you, but yeah, I suppose that's another way of doing it.
I kind of find it funny that last week they had the Chili Bowl over here in the States, which is arguably one of the biggest midget races that you're going to see in the world. And during the drivers' meeting, they were telling the drivers they only had one rule, and that was no fighting in the pits. If you're going to fight, have at it, but have at it on the track. We want the fans to be able to watch. And they were going to treat it like a hockey game where the officials are going to let you go. As long as it's one-on-one, the officials were going to let you go, as long as it was on the track.
I need to find a way to watch hockey in the UK, because that just sounds fun.
Get with me after the race.
Definitely sort that one out. But
as the lights are out on the pace car, pace car's in. Skylar Carnes has the button, electing to take that outside lane, which is where we've seen most people go tonight. The only thing is, it didn't work out for Weigert last time. Let's see how well it works out for Carnes this time, as the field works its way down the hallway 2 by 2. Carnes, Weigert, Marlin, Mulvey, Ben Sprundle, your top 5. As they get into the restart zone, Carnes holds them down. Green flag is in the air. Back underway we go. Getting ready to put lap 94 in the books. And wow, Weigert with a great jump.
Yeah, it's very uncharacteristic of Skylar Carnes. He just didn't go. And looks like someone was very low there. That's the 42 of Pete Van Sprundle. He,
Oh no.
what's happened here? There's a big gap in the field.
Johnny Castle.
See about that one. Ooh. Ooh.
No, that started in front of him.
Already stopped.
The 20 was involved in that one. The 4, the 9.
I think the 20's been DQ'd.
You are correct, sir.
Well, that's unfortunate.
And there's quite a few drivers that have joined him. Jason Ricketts is another one that has received the Dairy Queen Award tonight. Both of those drivers with 16. Ian Humphreys with 16.
Ian Humphreys is still driving.
Sorry, Marshall Harris with 16. Casey Tomlinson in the 1's got to be careful because he's at 14 already. Ian Humphreys is at 12. Linus Brostrom is at 12. Clarence Prince has received the Dairy Queen Award at 16.
I think that's the only trouble with these strict incident limits, is if you're going, well, somewhere like this where if there's a wreck, it's probably big.
Mm-hmm.
You can just get involved in everyone else's wrecks and through pretty much no fault of your own get disqualified.
Case in point, John Nedich Jr. with the 00 currently sitting at 12.
Yeah.
Same with Emily Urias in the 99. She's sitting at 12 as well.
But I guess there's a balance to be had between having it too low for stuff like that and having it far too high where you can just get away with wrecking people, and this seems like a pretty good balance to me still.
Yeah,
anyway.
absolutely. You know, it gives you some leeway.
Yeah.
You know, because you're going to have contact. But
I mean, yeah,
it really, you know, it makes you think twice, especially after you've hit a couple of things like, okay, how close am I?
Yeah, I mean, it's the type of thing where you're probably not going to be involved in 4 of other people's wrecks. If you're really unlucky, then yeah, maybe, but it's still quite unlikely, I think, that you're going to be...
Case in point, Jason Ricketts.
Unlikely, not zero chance. That's the unfortunate thing, but it's something you just have to live with sometimes.
Yeah, unfortunately. His lights are out on the pace car. And Alexander Weigert going to have the button this time, as we are going to go single file, considering we did not get a complete lap under our belt there. We are going to restart at the century mark. The pace car is in. Weigert going to have the button. Mulvey, Carnes, Hagman, Marlin, your top 5. Hagman get a great recovery drive going right now as he's back into the top 5.
Yeah, that's a recovery from Marlin as well, I'm pretty sure.
He was down there.
Yeah. Because I know he's been hovering around the top 5 for a bit, and he was down there as well, but getting now towards the restart zone, and green flag is out. Looks like the 47's going to have a good run already on the inside of Damien Mulvey. That inside has worked well for him so far on the restart. Look at Gavin Marlin as well. He's gone past the 5 already.
Marlin took a book out of Skylar Carnes' playbook there, or took a play out of his playbook, I should say, as Marlin looking on the inside of Mulvey as they come across to finally finish a lap under anger. Weiger continues to show the way here. What does Carnes have for him as we're getting into the closing laps? 55 to go currently. It'll be 54 at the stripe. The rookie from Sweden in the 2 continues to show the way. I believe he's... Ooh! Hang on to her, son.
Hold it again. He's held it again.
Wow!
He's practiced that.
For the second time tonight, he has had that car 8 different kinds of sideways and saved it.
Yeah, I feel sorry for that rear bumper. It's not been very respected out here tonight.
You might just want to put a sticker on there that says "Aim here, stupid."
Yeah, but in all of that, Damien Mulvey's got himself back up into first place. But Skylar Khan's right behind him.
Mulvey, though, using the right tactic right now, running that second lane through the flat of 1 and 2. Down the hallway they go as Carnes almost gets into that outside wall. Got to be careful. He's got the 33 all over him right now as they come through 3 and 4 for another lap in the books. 103 down of the 155. Mulvey, Carnes, Marlin. As Marlin looks to the inside of Carnes going through 1 and 2.
Yeah, the attacker becoming the attacked here a bit, but obviously that inside lane through 1 and 2, as you said, not going to work unless you properly have Ascend it. And Brostrom was running very high there, probably letting the way get back through.
Brostrom was flirting with disaster there, but letting his teammate go. Knows that he's less damaged than he is, but the fact that Brostrom is in the top 10, missing the front end of that 22, that's amazing.
Yeah, I was going to make a stupid joke when you said nose, because there isn't one.
Pretty much.
But look to the lead, because my joke has missed the overtake for the lead. Skylar Carnes is back into it. That was through 1 and 2.
And did it the way that you were expecting it to happen, through that outside lane, just carrying the momentum and gets the move done, as Gavin Marlin trying to figure out what he's got to do to get by the Irishman Mulvey in the 51 right now. It's a good run out of that SpaceX number 51 tonight. That Chevy Camaro has been playing the pit strategy almost to perfection so far.
Yeah,
go ahead.
Because Mulvey is the type of driver that we see up and around the top 10. We've seen him in the top 3 a decent amount of times as well, but it's never really converted for him into great results, at least so far this season.
Not sure exactly what just happened, but Mark Flounders was removed from the server.
I'm sure we can get some...
3 wide!
Yep, I'm sure we can get some clarification on that after the race.
Yeah, absolutely. I believe the boss lady is still running. Yes, she is. Last car being scored on the lead lap, Rhea Ferris, currently sitting in the 20th spot. Up 6 from where she started, so not a bad run going, but
Yeah.
all things considered, probably could have gone better tonight.
Well, if I remember rightly, I normally run race control as well, so he's probably not multitasking.
No,
I'm
she
sure
was. That was her. That was her that removed him.
I was going to say, I'm sure she's more than capable of it. Seems to do it all the time to get this league running as well as it does.
Absolutely. Tireless work from that young lady. But biggest mover so far, we've got a tie up 18. It's Pete Woodrum currently sitting in 12th and Eugene Thorne currently sitting in 13th. Both those drivers up 18 from where they started.
That's a great run from from those two here, and I think Colin Zima and Bob Wyckoff are both up 15. So they've done pretty well as well, although Wyckoff was involved in the early incident. Something happened by the sound of your...
We just had a big moment with Rhea Ferris.
Who was that? Sorry, you might cut out a bit.
Mulvey had a big moment with Rhea Ferris. As Hagman and Marlin were both looking to get by him, they were almost 4 wide coming down the hallway.
I mean, for a very narrow stretch of track, that's...
Suicide?
Yeah. Take the words right out of my mouth, as here is the 2 back up with the top 5. After that fantastic save. Second one of the night, and second one that we caught as well.
Absolutely, as Damian Mulvey works his way around the very wounded 6 of John Hopley, as does Hagman and Marlin. Hagman able to wrestle the spot away from Marlin, so move Hagman up into the podium, as that 2 is back there stalking still. You got 3 Chevys up in front of this piece, followed by a gaggle of Fords. And the question is, who's going to blink to get the money stop under their belt first?
Yeah, that is something I wasn't actually thinking about too much. The 5 is all sorts of sideways there, and I managed to hold it. Something about Swedes and holding
Drifting.
sideways moments today.
Well, they call it the Scandinavian flick for a reason.
Yeah. Guess you're not wrong. A bit of rallying heritage maybe coming into play here, as the 2 is going to go for a move on the 33. Is that going to work down the inside? Whoa, sideways. Not if you get so sideways, but it might still work.
This is Phoenix, not Tokyo.
Yeah. Are we going to have something running at Twin Ring Motegi at some point? Because I think these guys will be well suited.
You're not wrong. There we go. Weigert with the preferred line going through 3 and 4. Going to be able to use that dog leg to his advantage. It's going to stick Marlin up on the track as neither one of them goes down below the yellow line. So as they say in road racing, keeping it between the mayonnaise and the mustard. Skylar Carnes, though, walking away from this one right now. Almost 2 full seconds to the good over Damian Mulvey.
I've got him at 0.6 to Mulvey, but then there's a gap of about 2 back to...
Sorry, I was looking at the wrong car.
Yeah, back to 3, 4, and 5.
Yeah, the
all
2-second gap from
battling.
Mulvey. Yeah.
All that battling, as you would
Hagman's
expect. Ooh. That is
Hagman, the first one to blink.
Yeah. That's, all that battling. Clearly not the quickest. Definitely the most fun, though, so they can keep that up.
Well, I mean,
Furious is in.
We're about 50 laps into this fuel stint, so we're looking at about a second tire fall off right now. So apparently Hagman and Urias thinking that the undercut is going to pay huge dividends. The only problem is they both just went a lap down.
Yeah, although at this point there's sort of the risks that you have to take, especially for Hagman, because he's got a damaged car. And
get those fresh tires and go like hell.
Yeah, exactly. If you're going to be making up a second a lap, then once Khan's pits, so long as you don't have any cautions come out... Pause. Okay.
Yeah. Announcer's curse. Go ahead and get your hate mail coming now, folks.
Yeah, because I remember I've had that happen before, where as soon as I was saying that, I see a yellow. But, yeah, so long as that doesn't happen, and there are green flag pit stops for all, then your undercut is going to work very well here.
Oh, very much
But
so.
it might go slightly towards the favor of the 47 right at the end.
It should,
Yeah.
because he's going to have the fresher tires later in the run. Just checking in with the chat right now. How many races have they run this season? This is race number 4, answering Joe Mama. And Joe, to get into the league, you need to contact Rhea Ferris on the iRacing servers. And they have a tiered program. You're going to want to reach out to Rhea Ferris, RIAFERRIS. She will get you hooked up with joining the league. And how many races are in the league this season? 25 total.
We got the clarification on spelling there. Just in the driver detail box. Yeah.
Yes. So I'm going to type that in so you guys can get it.
Ooh, they were 3 wide a bit. That's very quick. That was some wall for Brian Chu.
Yeah, Chu was flirting with disaster. There's Carnes is in, Weigert's in, Mulvey stays out.
All 99's round.
Oh,
Is it going to be a caution? No, I think they just got DQ'd. Yeah, it was Emily Urias got DQ'd just before a caution came out.
Oi.
That
was a rough one.
Pretty sure that was just a spin.
Yeah, that spin did her in because she was at
Yep.
the spin, and then the wall contact is what really finished her off.
Yeah.
Because she was at 12 going into the spin.
Extra 4x and boom. But all of this gives the race lead over for now to Gavin Marlin in that 33. Lapping the 10 of Pete Woodrum there.
So, effective race lead as Mulvey brings it pit side. Russell Bradgood goes pit side. Effective race lead is going to go to Marcus Hagman by about a second and a half.
Yeah, so that undercut's worked very well for him. It's the type of thing that is exactly as we said, extra second a lap. But
Marlin's in.
Yep. Obviously, it'll go to the way of Carnes towards the end of the race, and Carnes is already making up ground to Hagman, as lap traffic is not doing him any favours here whatsoever. Because Carnes now right there.
And that's going to hand the lead of the race currently over to Hermie Sadler in the Virginias for Lovers, number 25. So really good run going for the 25. And it's something we haven't been able to say a lot this season so far, but, you know, it's starting to get it turned around.
Yeah, and I sure hope that this run of form continues.
Absolutely.
Wow. That's a
Did you see the lap Weigert just turned?
26.58. Yep.
That's insane for this late into a race. Is battle. Oh!
Caution, yellow flag.
Skylar Carnes just ate the 38 of Zimmer.
Oh.
And
what
that
happened here?
Oh,
what was that?
Dairy Queen Award for the 47.
Oh. Yep. You're not wrong. So what was...
I don't know what Zimmer was trying to do.
Was it just a very late... Oh, I need to come into the pits?
That's what it kind of looked like. And Carnes was already there and just, oh,
You know what? I'm
that's
not sure.
disastrous.
Because I've come onto cockpit and revs are at 6,000, straight down to 4. But I don't know whether that's just hopping on the brakes.
He just turned down into him. Zimmer just turned down into Carnes. So we were talking about pit strategy. Linus Brostrom gets a freebie. Hermie Sadler gets a freebie. Joey Maines, JB Banner, Brendan Henderson all get freebies.
Well, that's throwing that right out the window.
Yeah, it does.
Because suddenly you've got these guys who on pit strategy are going to be coming out, what? Bottom of the top 10, probably? It's just a complete flip.
Mulvey's in 7th. Hagman's going to inherit the lead. Brostrom comes out in 2nd after getting 4 in fuel. Hermie Sadler coming out in 3rd. JB Banner 4th. Joey Maines. Brendan Henderson in 6th. Those are all the guys that just pit. And then you got Damian Mulvey, Weigert, Butcher Benjamin, Chu rounding out your top 10. Then Sprundle, Woodrum, and Rhea Ferris just got the free pass to get back on the lead lap, I believe.
Yeah, so I think it's very fair to say this race has definitely not been without its fair share of controversy. With Carnes being DQ'd, but I don't know what that was.
I don't know what Zimmer was doing. He just turned down into him.
Because if it was a problem with the car of some sort, that would have been a very quick reaction to go into the pits, and I wouldn't know what that problem would be.
Right. Be right back.
Yep, no worries. So, whether it was a fuel thing, just seeing that he didn't have any.
I have absolutely no idea.
Yeah. It's probably not worth speculating on, as all we can say is that it's flipped this race completely on its head. And we've got an all-Swedish row 1 for the restart, albeit one of them has their nose, one of them very much so does not.
Absolutely. It's going to be fun to see what those fresh tires are going to do. As Brostrom's on fresh tires, Banner's on fresh tires, Sadler, Henderson, Maines all on fresh tires, and Marcus Hagman's got a handful of laps under Anger on the number 5 right now as the pace car is in. We're going to restart with 20 to go, so a 20-lap shootout for all the marbles here at Phoenix. As the field works its way into the restart zone, Hagman has the button on the low line, pulls the trigger, and we are back underway. Brostrom goes with him. Here comes Sadler to the inside of Banner, coming through the dog leg, way down on the inside. Sadler going to wrestle the 3rd spot away. Full send-it mode going into 3 for the 25. Going to be able to maintain. Here comes Banner back on the inside as the battle for the lead still hot and heavy. Brostrom on the high side with the nose out front as they haul it off into turn number 3.
Yeah, great restart from both of them on the front row. They're basically just running as they restarted. With Sadler right there with them now. The 25 is going to be...
Oh!
Not looking for anything anymore.
Brian Chu.
Let's have a look at that one. Evan, ooh, just getting into the 42 a bit. Maybe expecting him to go a bit further down than he did.
And that's exactly what that was.
Tell me you got collected by anyone? Ooh, well stopped from the 34.
Yeah, it was good heads-up driving out of the 34 that time. Making sure that he didn't get into anyone. And Castle's another one that's got to be careful. Currently sitting at 10 for incident points. Brostrom's got to be careful too, because he's at 12.
Yeah.
Brostrom's at 12. Weigert's at 12. Hagman's at 12. Or sorry, Hagman's at 4. Derek Cook's at 12.
Oh, okay.
And then Chu and Ferris are at 10. Johnny Castle's at 10. Zimmer's at 10. And Pete Van Sprundel's at 10. Damian Mulvey's at 12, so he's got to be careful.
Yeah, so...
And Johnny Nedich in the 00 is at 12.
When we say
so a lot of drivers are going to have to tiptoe here.
When we say everyone's been involved in wrecks today, I think pretty much.
There is not a single driver that does not have an incident point.
Yeah, well, guess that answers that question then. I think we did get a lap in, didn't we?
We are going to go double file.
Oh, yeah.
Should, anyways. And it just dawned on me who was asking how to join the league. That is our Saturday night Resurgence Series champion, just clinched last night. Chris Worrell, who I feel would make a really good addition to this league. Has been in the championship for the our Monday and Friday series for the past couple of seasons. For the iRacing East Rowdy Energy Cup Series and their Super Speedway Championship on Friday nights. And again, just clinched at the penultimate race last night by taking the green flag at Chicagoland. So, again, some heavy hitters looking to join things here in the iSNF Cup Series. And if Worrell can get into the Cup Series, it's going to be interesting to see just how well he can do against some of the heavy hitters that are in this league.
Yeah, absolutely. It's no matter what league you're in, there's no better way of showing your skills than having champion as one of your titles. And obviously, if you come into another league and you've been doing very well in another one, you can expect to keep that momentum up.
My only concern is I don't think there's enough time in the next month to get the 20 races needed to maintain as a Cup Series regular.
That is
before
true,
the cutoff.
But I believe you'd be able to at least sub for people.
Right.
And probably be running in trucks or Xfinity in between. Right.
And, Chris is one of those guys that if there's a race, he wants to be in it.
Yeah.
Clean driver, hard-nosed driver, and a lot of racecraft in that young man. So it would be real fun to see what he could do here. As Hagman and Brostrom going to restart up on the point this time, though. Hagman electing to take the outside lane. No, I'm sorry, Brostrom with the button this time. No, it is Hagman. He's electing to take the outside lane.
Green flag, green flag.
Green flag is out, and we are back underway.
Guess we're going to see immediately how well that's going to work for him. Doesn't.
3 wide.
Look at the 8. Backed out of that one pretty quickly.
Realized just how far down on the apron he was. There was no way him making that corner. As Mulvey looking to the inside on Sadler, going into 3 and 4. Here comes the 2 of Weigert on the inside of Maines as well. These guys are just picking them up and laying them down right now as we are fast approaching 10 to go.
Yeah, I think the 2 realizes if you're going to make progress, you've got to do it now to try and get as far up as possible. And we know he's got the pace.
Ooh! John Hopley.
Well, that's sure going to give you less time to move up the field. Take a look. bit spooked by the 41 moving up, I think, and just put it into the outside wall, spun it, and didn't hit anyone else.
Luckily, didn't hit anyone else.
Yeah.
But I do believe that is going to... That only gives him 6. So... not sure why he's only got 6 with all of that damage, but... seen quite a few of the Dairy Queen Award here tonight.
Yeah.
Oh. Definitely a track a lot of these drivers are going to want to just as soon forget.
I think some of them might ask rear if they can have a drop round.
That would be advantageous to a lot of drivers.
Yeah.
As Taylor Butcher Benjamin bringing it pit side to get some fresh shoes put on the 77. Pete Woodrum in the 10. Just took 4 in fuel. That's going to drop him to 13th. And Rhea Ferris back on the lead lap in 14th.
Always good to see people moving back up to the lead lap.
Absolutely. But let's take a look at our biggest movers so far. We've got a tie for biggest mover between Bob Wyckoff and Eugene Thorne. Both of those drivers up 20. Thorne currently sitting in 11th. Wyckoff currently sitting in 17th. Pete Woodrum in 12th is up 18.
Yeah, so that's the... go on.
I was going to say, as is Mike Simmons in the 55.
Yeah, it's the type of thing where in this league we've always really got those big movers, and you tend to see the same names coming up, I think.
Oh yeah, Wyckoff is
Yeah.
usually one of those ones that he struggles on those single flying lap qualifying runs, but once you get him into race pace, he knows how to work his way through traffic. If he could ever lay one down in qualifying, Katie barred the door because he's going to walk away with it.
Yeah, I mean, it's one thing having your qualifying pace, but it's another having race pace, and I know which one's more important. Free hint, it's the race pace. Because if you can keep it out of trouble and you can move past people slowly but surely, keeping yourself clean in these when these cautions come out and moving forward, then you're going to find yourself in the top 10 pretty quickly. And
absolutely.
Not quite in the top 10, but still moving up massively.
Very much so. As the lights are out on the pace car, Brostrom electing to take the inside lane this time. Hagman, Sadler, Mulvey, Weigert, and Maines, Banner, Van Strundel, Henderson, and Chu rounding out your top 10. As the pace car peels off, coming out of turn 2. Brostrom has the button. As we are inside 10 to go.
Yep, it's going to be a shootout as we come to green.
Absolutely, all bets are off at this point. Whatever you got left, you better show your cards now. As the green flag comes back out, here comes Weiger to the inside of Sadler, almost 3 wide for second.
Very strong from the 2 and the 25 here. Just coming through on the 5 of Marcus Hagman. Going to try and make that work, but the outside line has been strong all day. They are 3 wide for second here. Now 3 wide for third. As Damien Mulvey's moving around the inside. That was very close there.
Hermie Sadler taking the wise route and backing out of that one. Because, Jason, you know as well as I do, the worst thing you can hear your spotter say in this simulator is 3 wide, you're the meat.
Yeah,
especially at the tight confines of Phoenix International. Oh, Sadler's around. And they're still wrecking.
Oh, someone got DQ'd in that. I couldn't quite tell who from this. I think we're about to see. I'm just gonna move that back. Actually, I need to. That was multiple.
The 23. Eugene Thorne.
And the 36.
And the 36, yes.
Well.
The 48 almost went over.
Yeah, let's try and find a good angle of that one.
TV2.
I'll move back up here. Limp. Can't go wrong. So yeah, 25 just getting really loose. .48 very unlucky to be involved in that. Most minor attacks. But all gone to plan for the country of Sweden.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3. Currently.
So unfortunately, America, you're gonna have to step it up a bit here.
Well, take a look at your top 4. It's an all international, all international top 4 with Brostrom, Hagman, and Weigert, and then Mulvey, the Irishman, sitting in 4th.
The us Europeans just proving there that we also know how to do oval racing.
No, you don't.
Some of us do. Specifically these 4.
Some of them do.
Yeah. I think we've got our best contenders and put them all into one basket.
There you go. But it's definitely been a tumultuous race here at Phoenix. And if my high-powered gazintas, or as you call them over there across the pond, my maths are working out right, we should get a natural green-white checker here.
Seems about right, and I'm assuming you're as surprised as I am that the 22 is leading this.
Surprised would be an understatement. I think shocked is more appropriate here, especially considering that car's a mess. But again, you're going to have to be real careful because, like I mentioned, Brostrom at 12. The 2 of Weigert is at 12. Hagman's the only one that's, not in danger of getting that free trip to Dairy Queen tonight.
Well, no doubt that they're still going to be racing hard for it, but as you say, they have to be careful.
As the pace car is in for what we hope is the final time, we are going to have a natural green-white checker. Brostrom has the button as the field works its way down the hallway. 3 Swedes and an Irishman in your top 4. Who'd have thunk it?
That's the start of a 3 Swedes and an Irishman walk into a bar joke.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
Green flag, green flag.
Green flag is out, and we are back underway. Now remember, the leader has to take the white flag, has to cross the start-finish line before all hell breaks loose, and we're racing back to the checkers. If not, we're going into overtime. Side by side for second, Weigert and Hagman. Weigert on the inside, the rookie, looks to get a twofer, gets the run down the hallway. His teammate to the outside. Weigert just full send it going through 3 and 4. The rookie to the point, and he's going to bring Mulvey with him.
Yep. And just taking the white flag here by my calculations and graphics. Mulvey is still on the inside of Brostrom here. It's going to be Hagman as well trying to follow through. Let's get a nice
Into
shot
the
like
final
this.
corner. Turn 3. Weigert's going to lead. Weigert, in his rookie debut, wins it at Phoenix. Mulvey hangs on for second. Linus Brostrom missing the nose of that Penske car in his first drive with Team Penske Racing, coming home in third. Marcus Hagman hanging on for fourth. Joey Maines rounding out your top 5. How about Penske Racing tonight, bringing 2 of them home on the podium?
Yeah, one of them without a nose.
Hey, it can be without the nose as long as the driver's there.
Yeah, I mean, that's exactly what counts, and well-deserved donuts there for the 2. That was a highly contested race from start to finish.
What a race we just saw.
Yeah, absolutely. I think, we had battles for the lead, the entire time? Near enough?
We had battles throughout the entire pack all night long.
Yeah, exactly. This league does produce some great racing. And we see it week in, week out. It almost doesn't matter what track we go to. I say almost.
No, it doesn't. It really doesn't matter what track we go to, because every track these guys go to, or guys and gals, it's an amazing show week in and week out here in the iSNF Cup Series.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm sure that is not going to change going into Atlanta next week. I see that our top 3 are starting to make their way into the Discord.
Kinda.
We've at least got Brostrom there. I see.
Well, we're just waiting on.
Our race winners in team chat.
He is in his team. He's in his team chat. We do not have Damian Mulvey though, which kind of sucks because.
Not yet. We can.
Yeah.
A little bit longer, but. I suppose if we go through the final results now, gives a bit of time.
Absolutely. As we did mention, Alexander Weigert coming home with the victory. Damian Mulvey.
That's not right at all, man. There we go, that one.
Okay. Damian Mulvey coming home with the number 2 spot. Linus Brostrom hanging on for third. Marcus Hagman in 4th. Joey Maines rounding out your top 5. Pete Van Sprundle in 6th. 7th going to Hermie Sadler. So as much damage as was on that 25, still able to salvage a top 10 finish. Brian Chu in 8th. 9th going to Taylor Butcher Benjamin. And Rhea Ferris, after being a lap down pretty late in the race, up 16 from where she started, rounding out your top 10. And I'm just going to say it now. My vote for ESBN Driver of the Night goes to the 12.
Yeah, up 16, managing to keep it fairly
She kept her head
clean.
about her. Her head about her all night long. So we are just going to start moving. What's she here? Let me grab her. And let's start with our ESBN Driver of the Night, driver of the Penske Racing number 10, putting all 3 cars in the top 10 tonight. Chief cook and bottle washer for the iSNF Cup Series, Miss Rhea Ferris. Rhea, not the night you were hoping for, but all things considered, you can't be too disappointed with a top 10 finish.
Yeah, no, I got 9th. I battled tooth and nail for that. I spun myself on some fresh tires coming out of the pits there, first lap or 2 after I got clean tires, and I don't think I hit the wall. I think I just got a 2X for mishandling the car. The only real incident that I had was when the 52 car just completely destroyed me for no reason, and drove off into the sunset. And I'm not going to get disrespected in my own league like that. It's just uncalled for in here. You don't just drive over top of people and expect to just get away with it here. So I disqualified that driver.
No, that answers the question we were going to ask you.
Yeah, we're not going to do that here, especially the admin team. We put a lot of work and effort into this league, and for somebody to just completely disregard our existence and just completely just destroy us for no reason. I mean, I watched him in the mirror; he just aimed straight for me, and I'm just not going to do that here.
Well, he had a very similar situation with the 47 and the 38.
Yeah, I saw a lot of disrespect out there tonight, and I'm pretty frustrated and I'm extremely disappointed. I know I'm not the only one that got hit. I know Brian Chu got taken out a couple of times and things like that too. So we're gonna go back and watch the replays. We're gonna look at everything, try to bring a little bit more fairness into it. But I'm gonna tell you what, these guys are working on February 20th, and we are going to be doing a mid-section review here, actually after this race. So this coming week, we're going to be crunching numbers to let everyone know, kind of little progress report. And like a couple of my new teammates just recently said, well, that may mean there's only 10 or 12 drivers left in the league or whatever come February 20th. Well, guess what? We'll have to have 12 drivers in here then and build on that, because I would rather have 12 clean drivers in here that actually can race and respect people on the track than 42 knuckleheads that have no regards for everyone else on the track, so we have to start somewhere. But turning the ugly over to the better side. I really love the idea that Penske had 3 cars in the top 10 tonight. Congratulations to Alexander and my 2 car. I couldn't have picked a better driver to drive that car tonight. Congratulations, sir. And Linus as well, coming home 3rd in the 22 machine. He almost had the dub himself. I know if he hadn't had a pavement modified, he might have just had something extra for him tonight. But no, congratulations to those 2 getting a top 5. I'm pretty happy with my top 10. I'll take it. Gavin, my heart continues to break for you. Every single week you have a top 5 car, if not a winning car, and you get taken out somehow, somewhere. You don't deserve that either. Something else we're going to have to take a look at. But Gavin, I want to say I appreciate you as well. Totally not forgetting you, but appreciate you guys in the booth out there. Appreciate my admin team, and thanks for everybody out there watching tonight.
Well, Rhea, if you could stick around after the broadcast, I do want to talk to you about bringing some more drivers in, because there is some interest being shown right now in the chat, and I'll discuss that with you after we go off the air.
All right, 10-4.
But right now, we are going to bring in the man who continued the trend that we've been seeing, or we saw it at the end of last season. That, of course, is Alexander Weigert, and debut race, debut win. Congratulations, sir.
Thank you so much, buddy. I was I've been away for a while, and yeah, it feels really good. First time trying the new layout here in Phoenix, and it was a blast. I don't know what just it's something with me, but it just felt really, really good.
You had one of the cars to beat all night long, sir. And we saw you have a little bit of issues. Matter of fact, you had 2 of the saves of the season so far. Completely sideways twice tonight. And we were just amazed at how well you could you just save that car and not lose a ton of ground.
Yeah, it's the Scandinavian flick, in Sweden. No, but jokes aside, I was really lucky with the saving, and I know I braked a little bit early at some point there, but yeah, I just try to save the car because I really want to be up here, and I'm up here right now, and I'm just so pleased. I'm just so happy. Been away from iRacing for 2 years, just got back like a couple of weeks ago, and I'm just happy.
Well, I dare say you don't have any, as we call it in hockey, we call it rink rust. I don't think you have any rink rust on you right now, but Alexander, just an amazing run tonight. Before we let you go celebrate with the team, who do you need to thank?
Yeah, I want to thank Ria Ferris for putting me in the second car, and the Penske Racing team, of course, and Linus Broström and Marcus Hagman as well, for just introducing me to this series and just helping me, to relax and just have fun, and the rest of my team, of course, as well. And my other team outside of this league is Bright Esports. I want to thank everybody of them also. So and thank you guys for broadcasting this. It's going to be really fun.
Well, Alexander, again, congratulations on opening your iSNF Cup Series career with a win. Looking forward to seeing what you can do next week.
Thank you so much, and I will see you guys in Atlanta. All right.
Absolutely.
Have a good one.
So that was our winner, Alexander Weigert. And unfortunately, we do not have Damian Mulvey with us. But Jason, I believe you've got the driver of the Double Deuce with you now.
Yeah, well, first of all, congratulations, and just let us know how that went for you.
Well, thanks first of all. Yeah, it didn't start out very well. At first I messed up qualifying, so started a bit further back than I wanted, but I think it was like 7th or so not too bad. And then I got involved in a couple of incidents, so had quite a bit of damage, unfortunately, but worked my way up through the field. Got a couple of lead laps, and then towards the end there, somehow, even with over a minute of damage left, I was able to get the lead on a restart and had it towards the end. And had that final caution not come out, I might have been able to win, I'm not sure. But then on that very final restart, Alex was up into 3rd already, and he didn't really have much damage affecting his speed to his car. So as soon as he put his nose inside, it was over, and it was just for me to try and hold it as good as I could on the outside. So considering where I were on lap 50, I was hoping for a top 10. A top 5 would feel like a win. A top 10 would be a good result, considering I then was in the lead on the final restart. I was hoping for a win, so I'm sad I didn't win, but considering where I were on lap 50, a 3rd place finish with Alex winning his first ever race in this series is pretty amazing, I think.
Yeah, I mean, you said you had quite a lot of damage, but I'm assuming someone told you that you didn't have a nose.
Yeah, I was told so. For some reason on my replay, I do have a nose, even though it's pretty broken. But yeah, it's I'm not really sure how that car was still that fast with all that damage. But again, it's a short track, so I had all the revs in the engine. So as long as if you're on a track where aero doesn't matter that much, it won't affect you much. But I thought running without a nose or with such a damaged nose that I had, it would affect me. But for some reason, it did affect me enough that I wasn't able to hold the lead on as fresh tires as Alex had, obviously. But I think a 3rd place is at least 5 spots further up than where I should be, considering how that car looked.
Yeah, well, as you said, overall it's a good result for yourself, good result for your team, and, well, good result for your countrymen as well, with, well, effectively 1st, 3rd and 4th for the Swedish drivers. But before we let you go and celebrate, who do you need to thank?
First of all, Ria for putting on the show, and all the other admins, and you guys for putting on the broadcast. Obviously, my team, Force Esports, which Marcus is a part of. Congrats to him as well on 4th place today. And a shout out to Bright Esports for getting Alex back, because I've been working on that for over a year. And finally, they signed him, getting back here, and we're running 1-2 or 1-3 in the first 2 races we do together. So it's fun to have him back. So huge shout out to Bright Esports and as well, and then obviously to all the drivers for showing up and making it a great race, even though it was a bit too many yellows in all the races here today. But still, it's great fun to have leagues like this to race in. So just everyone involved.
Yeah, well, thank you very much, and we look forward to seeing you at Atlanta next week.
Thank you very much.
Well, Jason, we've got another one in the books. And I think Linus hit the nail on the head. There was a lot of aggression here tonight, more so than we've seen in the previous races this season.
Yeah.
But then again, this is the first short, air quote, short track, and I use that term loosely, being that this is a mile. And if this is what we're seeing on the miles, what are we going to see when we go to the half miles that are coming up?
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting one, but well, as Rhea said, she's looking to clamp down on it, because obviously the aggression is not what you want if it's going to be resulting in massive wrecks. But on the flip side of things, it's nice to see people racing and just sort of not being scared of going for things. Just so long as it doesn't mean you crash.
Well, I mean, that's the biggest thing is, you figure, you take a look at what we've got coming up. We've got Atlanta next week, then Circuit of the Americas, which I believe we're not broadcasting that one, you told me?
Yep, correct.
Okay, and then we go into Short Track Madness, where we've got Richmond at night. Then we go into an off week for, I believe that's actually the Daytona, the real world Daytona 500. So we're taking that week off so everybody can watch the race and nobody's got to whine, moan, and complain. Then we go into Short Track Hell with Martinsville and Bristol back to back on February 27th and March 6th. And the February 27th is the cutoff for the driver ratings. So, like you heard Rhea say, we're getting to that point where we might be cutting this field in about half or less, just based off driver ratings.
Yeah, I mean, it would be a shame to see, but if it results in a lot less cautions and a lot less wrecks in general, where people just get taken out for no fault of their own, then, to be honest, I can't see why that would be a bad thing.
No, I mean, I don't. It's a double-edged sword.
Yeah.
And that's really what you got to be careful of, because there are going to be some drivers that show pace week in and week out that, unfortunately, their season didn't start the way they wanted it to, and they didn't end last season the way they wanted it to, and it's your last 20 races that count towards this driver rating. And we could see some of the heavy hitters being parked.
Yeah, very true, but I guess we just sort of hope that doesn't happen, and look forward to the next races in good stead. Hope to see some great racing to come, but
Oh, absolutely. I mean, the next week at Atlanta, these guys always put on a great show at Atlanta.
Yeah, absolutely.
So,
but I think that's probably just about going to wrap us up here.
It sounds about right there, as Alexander Weigert coming home with the victory in his debut race in the iSNF Cup Series. Congratulations to him. Congratulations to everybody that actually finished the race, as we did see a lot of one-way trips to Dairy Queen tonight. For those of you wondering what we're talking about, DQ, disqualifications due to incident point limits being met. But for Mr. Jason Seifert, this is Tony Trapasso. Remind you, ladies and gentlemen, that as you walk down the road of life, please don't play in traffic.